What's going on, guys? Do you love champions that some people say just aren't very good, but you know deep down in your heart that they're just like one small buff away from being an absolute fuck slayer in Raid Shadow Legends? You're watching Good to Great. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of Good to Great. I have a really interesting champion for y'all today. Whether you're early, mid-game, late game, you just want him because it's a flippin' legendary champion in the bazaar, and that is none other than DREXTHAR BLOODTWIN. So that's the main way everybody pulls him. But you can also pull him from other shards like I did. I pulled one from a shard literally the day after I got him from the bazaar. So I was pretty upset about that, but I did fill out some of my faction guardians because of that, so it's kind of neat. So DREXTHAR, before we get into the kit, let's talk about some lore. I don't really want to get too into the lore. If you guys would like to see a whole video series dedicated to the lore behind the champions, I won't read it word for word because that might be a little boring, but I could bullet point the main things you need to take away from the stories of each champion. That might be a pretty cool series. Let me know in the comments section down below. In a nutshell, DREXTHAR is an entity that's comprised of Narvis and Kiro DREXTHAR. They're two brothers that loved each other dearly, and Siroth ended up fusing them together based on a pact that he made with each of the brothers. And the pact that each of the brothers made with Siroth was actually a well-intended pact. Like, they wanted to save the other brother's life. They loved each other so much that they sold their soul to the devil, pretty much. So it's a pretty interesting story. So the entity that we got at the end of the day was DREXTHAR BLOODTWIN, thanks to Siroth and all his meddling. So with the backstory in a nutshell out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the kit. His A1, Eldritch Flames. It attacks one enemy 3 times. It has a decent chance at placing an HP burn debuff, and it also heals him. It's like a little mini built-in a lifesteal set. So his A2 is called Burning Lash. It's an AoE with a 60% chance, I believe. Yeah. So a 60% chance of placing the provoke for 1 turn after it's fully booked out. But if anybody's under an HP burn debuff, it goes up to 100% chance, so it's kind of fucking cool. He also places a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns, so that's kind of sick. It's based on his defense, so you want to build him with a lot of defense. And I can't do it yet with the gear I have, but you want his crit rate up, and some crit damage, and some defense. He becomes a flippin' monster, man. But the reason he's in this video, a lot of people don't think so. So his passive is called Fiery Blood. He has a 75% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for anybody that hits him, and his resistance goes up as well. It's a freaking awesome passive. It's amazing in Hydra, it's amazing in Doom Tower, it's amazing in lots of areas of the game. So I don't really understand why people have such a problem when they pull another copy of DREXTHAR. I understand that we have champions we want, whatever, but he is a solid champion. He's free if you get him from the bazaar. It's just insane to me how people don't think he's that good. He also has an aura that increases accuracy in all battles by 70, which is really good. Especially for early game players, man, you want that accuracy. I still need some accuracy. I think I've only got Magic Affinity maxed out in my Great Hall. Everything else is like 7 or below. So yeah, DREXTHAR is like clutch in a lot of places, man. So that's it for the kit, guys. I'm going to go through here and show you everything I would change about DREXTHAR to make sure that whenever he was pulled from a shard, or whenever somebody gets him from the bazaar for the first time, there's no fucking sour feelings. Everybody's going to be fucking ecstatic because he's going to be an amazing champion across the board. Nobody can have anything negative to say about him for the most part. Let's jump right into it. Okay, guys, so looking at his A1, the Eldritch Flames. I didn't really do a lot with the skill. It's actually virtually identical to the old one, except I tacked on at the end of the skill that if the target's already under an HP burn debuff, it's going to activate an HP burn debuff on all enemies and then heal all his ally champions by the amount of damage dealt. Burning Lash. There's actually nothing wrong with the skill. I don't want to change anything with the skill. The skill is absolutely amazing. It doesn't need anything done with it, so let's move on to his passive. Honestly, I did the same thing I did with the A1 on this one. I really didn't want to change a bunch, so I just tacked on something to the end of it that I felt like, was pretty overpowered in its own right. Whenever an HP burn debuff is activated, and increases ally speed by 1, and it stacks up to 20. Just hearing that, you could just feel all the shenanigans this skill could cause. And lastly, guys, we have the aura. I'm going to keep the aura exactly the same, because who doesn't like 70 accuracy in all battles? And I think that just about does it for the skills. I'm not going to add any more. I'm not going to take anything away, tweak anything else. I think he's a badass just the way he is. Anyways, guys, that's what I would do with DREXTHAR if I wanted to make him an absolute freaking monster of a champion in Raid Shadow Legends. I think he's amazing anyway. I don't use him a lot, however, because I feel like by the time I got my DREXTHAR, I had put off getting him for so long that by the time I got him, I just didn't have a lot of use for him. But after I geared him out a certain way and started using him in Doom Tower and Hydra, he's really come through for me. He's a freaking crutch, man. He carries my team so much in certain places of the game. If Playerum decided to buff him tonight and give him everything we talked about in this kit revision, he would be a unanimously agreed upon, just great champion. Everybody would be like, bro, I just pulled another DREXTHAR, and it's like, dude, empower that shit, He would be so cool, man. So what do I think about DREXTHAR? I think DREXTHAR, aesthetically, he is like one of the best champions ever. Like, he just looks cool, man. Look at this guy. He's got this weird... I kind of see a face in his chest plate design, but his nipples are burnt out, so I don't know. He's got... They took his nipples, guys. But, I didn't really notice that until now. He's got no nipples, guys. But anyway. So, I'll stop talking about the nipples. My bad. But anyways, guys, with the kit, I think his kit as it is solid. I don't necessarily think he needs a buff, but I would love to see him get a little buff, because I think some people have wrong opinions about DREXTHAR, saying that he's not that good. He's not that great, but he's a good pull, man. Every time you pull him, you should be happy that you got a DREXTHAR. But if they buffed him right now and gave him all the stuff that we talked about, this guy would be absolutely toxic if you got him in Arena or whatever, man. Anyways, guys, that's what I do to DREXTHAR to take him from good to great. Let me know in the comments section down below who you want to see in the next video. I also tried a different format with this one, so let me know whether you like the short, edited ones or the longer talking head videos. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to stay up to date on anything else I post in the future. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you. See you later, and happy raiding, guys.